Downtown San Antonio. We're pleased to welcome you to Texas tonight. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Good evening, Kevin. Well, the Spurs are always competitive. So what kind of people fit their culture? Greg Popovich says we're looking for character, people that have gotten over themselves. A sense of humor is huge. You've got to be able to take a dig and feel comfortable that you don't have all the answers. Kevin, it all starts with Pop.
Yeah, it always has. You and I know that personally. Thank you very much. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Pacers in Indiana. And then on Friday, they're off to Toronto to face the Raptors.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
So with Rose on the bench, here's the five for Tom Thibodeau right now. Randle and Robinson make up the inside pair, sharing the wing spots, Fournier and Barrett. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. And for San Antonio, the 4 and the 5, it's Johnson and Pirtle. The guard pair, Murray and White. And it's Vassell in at the 3, the small forward. When you know you're on a championship contender, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year?
Some of that depends on the leadership you have in the locker room. Certain guys have an ability to keep everyone engaged and motivated, and also loose and light in that locker room, so it does matter.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Randle right side. Robinson kicks to Barrett. Vassell grabs the board. Just 5 on the clock. Murray with it. Robinson picks him up. Murray, no good. And here are the Knicks. Here's Barrett. An easy 2 points on the lane.
What a beautiful look. Randle continues to round out his game in the prime of his career.
To the left wing. Here's Vassell. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker, and you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money. And Kemba Walker, traded to the Thunder this offseason, was subsequently bought out before joining the Knicks. Walker and the Knicks seem like a perfect fit. You just hope Walker can stay healthy at this stage of his career.
Nice shot by Pirtle.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
Walker with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And there's Randle on the assist by Walker. Randle's got his second basket of the night.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Right the pass to Johnson. Pirtle, high post. Murray looking around. Goes up on the wing. Second shot opportunity. Basket good. Pirtle's got his second basket.
Love the razor-sharp focus. Pirtle bouncing off contact and finishing well.
Now the pass to Randle. And to get open is Robinson. Randle no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
A matchup that only happens twice a year. These interconference battles can be a lot of fun.
The balance between East and West after years of being dominated by the West is starting to even out some.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And one of Johnson's teammates recently called him country strong. And Johnson himself acknowledged he has a lot of room to get even stronger. It's scary.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for San Antonio. And then for New York, Toppin, he's checked in for Julius Randle. Quickly comes in for Evan Fournier. And Alec Burks subbed in for Walker. And Greg along with the power. Johnson brings great athleticism.
And that makes him a tremendous rebounder. Can switch defensively. It's within the realm of possibility that he becomes an all-star someday. And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And stolen by White. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And it's Murray with the chain.
As a defender, White is disruptive with his length and does a good job of forcing turnovers.
For three, Barrett hits it from three-point range. Barrett's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
Johnson finds Young.
In the first 2 minutes.
Here's Murray. Tries again. Back to Young. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. A minute 42 left here in the first quarter. Works for three. Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Toppin can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
White, good.
Demonstrating how efficient he is, Derek has a great feel for when to fire away.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And if it wasn't there, each guy was willing to make the extra pass. Trust in his teammates.
And the Spurs with some changes. Eubanks, he's checked in for Johnson. Doug McDermott comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White.
Obi Toppin.
And the Knicks making a change here as well. Fournier is checked in. To the inside, Young. And Young slams it home.
I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Pass to Barrett. 56 seconds left to play here in the first. Spurs leading by 8. Forbes the pass to Eubanks. And Forbes kicks to Young. Back to Forbes. Spurs passing it around. Pocket four. And that one's good. Eubanks.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
32 seconds left in the first quarter. Burks against Murray. For three, Barrett drills it from outside. Barrett's got his third bucket of the night.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Here's Murray. Robinson with the block. Here's Toppin. Here's Fournier, and he banks in the layup.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Spurs lead by 5. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Well, arguably the premier sleeper pick of the 2020 draft, Emmanuel quickly reveals the origin of his NBA-ready teardrop floater.
I feel like I developed it kind of at a young age. I wasn't always the most athletic, so having skill was really important. So just having that floater that I could, use over big men is really vital.
And that shot certainly comes in handy for one of the league's smaller guards.
And some call it the giant killer. That floater game is a thing of beauty.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, you've got Murray. McDermott is out there with Collins. And it's Eubanks in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the Spurs with possession. Following the score by New York. That one goes in. Murray's got 6.
An explosive athlete with the ball in his hands. DeJounte Murray doing a dance and creating space for his shot.
Now here's Fournier. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver. Rose, that's good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay. And, Kevin, one thing you have to respect about Derrick Rose is that he's never stopped evolving. He's constantly adapting his game to best fit what his team needs.
Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
And Fournier kicks to Rose. Makes it off the glass. Rose has got 5 points in the quarter.
It's hard to try to stop D. Rose. When he's committed to scoring, get out of his way.
When you think about how Derrick Rose has changed, Greg, as a player, you see some of that in almost every facet of his game.
And, yeah, over the years, he's tuned his shooting and play style in lots of little ways. But what hasn't changed is his talent for setting guys up. He's got a great eye for when and where to drop the dime.
That ties it up. 7 points in the game.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. Entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Eubanks. Johnson comes in for Doug McDermott. Vassell, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Derek White subbed in for DeJounte Murray. And then for New York, Julius Randle's checked in for Toppin. Quickly comes in for Burks. And Walker subbed in for Rose. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. White the pass to Pirtle. Now, here's Collins. Outside, White. To end the run. The shot's good. White's got his second basket of the night.
Getting his points within the flow of the system. White simply does what he's asked to do.
Quickly kicks to Noel. Back to Quickly. Fires from deep. And the Knicks hit again from deep. After a whistle, we often see players demanding their coach challenge the call. Greg, were there plays you wish you could have challenged in your career?
Oh, my goodness, absolutely. But the game was just so different back then, and we had other ways of resolving issues and letting the refs know when we maybe didn't appreciate a call.
Here's Walker following the bucket by the Spurs. Three-pointer. Vassell grabs the board. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
It doesn't take much for Pirtle to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop.
Randle passes to Noel. Back to Randle. And Pirtle sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pirtle. Young's checked in for Collins. Robinson's checked in for New York. Barrett comes in for Evan
2 minutes remaining
Puts it
in the
up
first
off
half.
the inbound.
2 minutes.
That's good from Randle on the assist from Robinson.
Assistant.
High percentage shooter inside. That's exactly where you want to get Randle the ball.
White the pass to Bissell. Here's Pirtle. Kicks it to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Here's White. And White slams it in.
Athletic ability gets White vertical. He just owns the rim.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the New York Knicks. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Johnson finds White. Pirtle with the ball. Passes to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Here's Bissell. Puts one up from 19. Randle grabs the board. New York's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Here's Quickly. Buries it from 3-point range. Quickly's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from White.
And you can just see the defender just way too slow, and he got burnt there for the layup. That's where speed can kill. His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
White the pass to Pirtle. Young outside. Barrett against Johnson. It doesn't go for him.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Randle. Good work there as it goes. Randle's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks.
One thing we knew Randle could do entering the league, finish inside through contact.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. New York ahead, up 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Here with Tom Thibodeau. Coach, what has gone well for your team in the first half?
Started making plays, play unselfishly, force the defense to shift, attack, get downhill, then make a play.
Your guys followed the instructions to the letter. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They're playing for each other right now. Selfless basketball translating into a 5-point lead now after trailing initially. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Knicks.
They've been knocking it down from 3. You have to give the playmakers credit for consistently finding the open guy. And then, of course, their shooters have delivered. If they keep it up, they're going to be tough to beat.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Their inside attack has been overwhelming. Hard to beat someone when they're living at the rim. These guys are imposing their will physically. Hey, you got to keep pounding them.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. That'll be a 5-second call.
Inbound violation.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Murray against Walker. Murray kicks to Pirtle. White looking around. Pass to Murray. Pirtle trying to get open. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Johnson. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Knicks leading by 5. And for Pirtle, the stats don't tell the whole story. Steve, he just does whatever he can to help his team.
He's a good screener, solid defender, runs the floor, and you can't teach his size.
So with Rhodes on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. In the forward positions, Barrett and Randle. Kemba Walker is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Robinson. In at the 5, patrolling the paint. Pirtle, he can't get it to go. Randle with some nice D. And so it's Randle bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. Shoots over White, and there's Randle on the assist from Fournier. Fournier's got his 4th assist in this one. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Super focused. Pirtle taking the hit well and cashing in on a quality and one opportunity.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw of the night.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Eubanks, he's checked in for Johnson. McDermott comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White. Now, here's Toppin. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. McDermott down low. Barrett covering.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
It's good from long range.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Inside. Out to the wing. Spurs passing it around. And the pass to Forbes. Clock at 6. Back to Murray. Over Walker. Up again. It's good on the putback. Pirtle's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Here's Eubanks. Following the score by Obi Toppin. McDermott kicks to Forbes. Drives to the hoop. And that one is off. The Knicks go the other way with it. It's Barrett on the wing. He's got 11. And Randle throws it down.
Have to block out Randle. He's an absolute beast on the offensive boards.
San Antonio calls timeout. San Antonio making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Then for the Knicks, Nerlens Noel checks in for Randle. Burks comes in for R.J. Barrett. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Kemba Walker. Now, here's Collins. No points in the game yet for him. Eubanks the pass to Murray. Looking to get back on track here. And that's 2 points on the layup.
From the moment when he sticks his foot in the ground and puts his head down, DeJounte Murray is explosive and fast.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Pass to Eubanks. Back to Forbes. And he uses the glass on the lane.
I'll tell you, Forbes doesn't spend a lot of time in the paint, but that was a convincing move.
To the middle. Here's Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Assisted
And
by
ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
So it's San Antonio now, following the score by New York. Forbes the pass to Eubanks. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
jump ball.
San Antonio with the ball. Rose against Murray. Now Toppin. Back to Rose. Banked in off the glass. Rose has got 9 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Murray against Rose. McDermott down low. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. New York leading by 16. Here's Rose. That one will not drop. It's his first miss. He's 4 for 5. McDermott up top. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Fournier against Murray. And here's Forbes from the arc. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. Here's Toppin. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot's good from Forbes. 20 seconds left to play here in the third. Rose against Murray. And here's Burks. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
That was far away. Alec made it look easy from deep.
From deep three-point range. No good. And so it's New York feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The guard pair, Murray and White. Young out there with Johnson. And it's Vassell in at the 3 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Kemba Walker's checked in for the Knicks.
Kemba Walker.
Outside, White. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Young. Robinson pulls it in.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here is Robinson. For three, Barrett. That one misses. Here's Vassell. Uncovered. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
For the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Evan Fournier comes in for Barrett. And it's Rose in for Walker. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Rely on Derek White for good feeds. He plays unselfish heads-up basketball.
Here's Gibson, and the shot is good.
Gibson.
And the Knicks lead by 15.
Emmanuel quickly.
Spurs have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Young, and it's Young finishing it off.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Gibson. Here's Fournier, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Here's Murray. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Young outside. Pass to Murray. Back to Young. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his
and
first
very quietly,
foul.
Young just continues to be an efficient player, a multi-talented swingman who does a little bit of everything.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for New York?
I mean, a fantastic game for them in open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
That's good from Young. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Knicks leading by 14. And Gibson kicks to quickly. And Gibson, here we go. A rebound by the Spurs. The pass to White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists now tonight.
And this is Murray's role. He knows that his teammates rely on him to orchestrate the offense.
Now here's Randle. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
Here's Vassell. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And the call will be against Fournier. That's his first foul. And now that we've gotten a taste of it, Greg, what do you think of the play-in tournament?
I love it. I mean, it definitely has some pros and cons, and you want to keep as many teams as possible engaged down the stretch, but it's a long season, and for some teams, it just got a little bit longer.
Pirtle, he's checked in for San Antonio. Pass to Vassell. Buries the long-range jumper.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide-open man.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Fournier for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks. Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Kemba Walker is checked in for Rose.
Third team foul. At the line for your Spurs, Jakob Bertel. One shot.
Free throw, no good for Poeltl.
What you love about Jakob Poeltl is his size, a 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
For three, Barrett. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
To stretch out the defense, you just need enough guys on the floor who can make that shot.
Here's White, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson.
Spurs ball.
.153 left in the game. Here's Vassell. Barrett covering. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Randle. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 17. 1:36 left in the 4th quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Julius Randle.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. Johnson, good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And so it's Randle bringing it up now for New York. You know, Steve, we've seen a few times in recent years in Cleveland and Indiana, for example, a new coach gets fired in year 1.
Yes, Kevin, losing a locker room can do that to you. It's embarrassing for those teams. When you know it's not working, you better not delay the inevitable.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for New York.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, whenever things started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was.
For Julius Randle.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Julius Randle with the bucket.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which